I'm Peter Bainham. 11 days ago, the leader of the Conservative Party, William Hague, made a touching public promise on Talk Radio's Kirsty Young show. He pledged that every Sunday and one weekend in four, he would not work in order to spend more time with his young bride, Fionn. Last Sunday, 6 days after he made this promise, this happened.
Up there in the comfort of his own home, we greet William Hague. William, good morning. Good morning, Dad.
William Hague is a two-timing liar who publicly broke his promise. We feel his wife should know, which is why I'm here outside their London house with this evidence and this megaphone. Hello, Fionn. Your husband is a cheat. He is a current affairs rat. Fionn, get away from this lying slaphead. Get yourself a nice Welsh boy. Me, for example. We will sell your story to the South Wales Echo.
Thank you very much. Welcome back to the Friday Night Armistice. In the week that Richard Branson launched perhaps his most difficult stunt, an uninterrupted journey from London to Glasgow on a Virgin train. And here's how he hopes to do it. He left London on a helium-125. Unfortunately, his train was refused entry into Carlisle's airspace, so had to be diverted to Morocco. Now, it was an eventful week at Downing Street. The government announced the end of care in the community and had Gordon Brown locked up because he thought he was Prime Minister. Meanwhile, protesting farmers let 2 cows run through the gates of Downing Street, and Tony Blair immediately launched an animal security task force and put in charge of it those 2 escaped Tamworth pigs, Boots and Sundance, who agreed to go into number 10 for talks. They said they had a fruitful meeting with the Prime Minister and crapped on his stairs. And finally, Tony Blair's tendency to sound over-sincere by indulging in dramatic pauses came in for criticism by media analysts who discovered his last conference speech to contain perhaps the longest dramatic pause in political history.
Thanks. Thank you for that wonderful welcome. Well, all I can tell you is that I am deeply proud and privileged to stand before you as the new Labour Prime Minister of this country.
What about Gordon Brown, though? There's been a lot of fuss about him this week, all rising from this book, Gordon Brown, Her True Story. And we weren't sure whether he does really still want to be Prime Minister until we got a copy of his favourite toy. Now, he keeps it in his bedroom in front of a massive mirror. Here it is. It's a ready-made Prime Ministerial family. Hello.
The ironic thing is that Brown does actually live at number 10. He swapped with the Blairs, who live above number 11, because it was thought that the number 10 flat would be too small to fit the opinion they have of themselves. So we can just show the setup here. So this is where the Blairs live. This is the flat above number 11. This is where Gordon Brown lives. This is his bedroom in here. It's full of boxes of that biography that he said he had nothing to do with. There's a speaker system here. He's got an audio tape version of the biography that he blasts out very loudly at midnight to annoy the Blairs. we've got a photo up here of him meeting Chancellor Cole, saying to Chancellor Cole, yes, in our country, the Chancellor is the most important one as well.
I'll tell you, the reason there is a problem between Blair and Brown is because this flat here, it doesn't get any sun at all, because at the moment the sun shines out of here, out of Blair's arse.
There's some offices here as well. Interesting about these offices, nobody knows quite what's in there, but occasionally you do hear John Major's voice and the gnawing of meat.
The interesting thing is, whenever Blair goes away on holiday or whatever, there's always a confusion about who is still in charge of the country. Is it John Prescott, the Deputy Prime Minister, or is it Brown, who thinks he's Deputy Prime Minister, as well as thinking he's Prime Minister? So whenever he goes away on holiday, he actually tries to take over from himself. Or is it Peter Mandelson, the Minister 2 briefs short of a portfolio? Well, we rang the Cabinet Office, and they said, I've just spoken to the people in our machinery of government division, it's absolutely true, who are sort of founts of knowledge on this sort of thing, who just told me there isn't any paper on it. Number 10 takes the decisions about what happens in Tony Blair's absence with Prescott and Mandelson and what have you. You can go back to the Number 10 press office and sort of tell them that as far as the Cabinet Office is concerned, there isn't a piece of paper that sort of says, you know.
But what we decided to do was conduct a scientific experiment to see whether, in spite of what everyone else says, Gordon Brown still thinks he's the real Prime Minister. There they are, just coming out of TV Centre here. He's been unfaithful with Frost as well. Walking very slowly, full weight of their responsibility on them. And who's this? Hello. Prime Minister. Prime Minister. Thank you. There you are.
Got him. You can't argue with science, can you? Now, in recent weeks, Tony Blair has accused anyone who objects to his welfare reforms of behaving irrationally. Now, is this further evidence that the announcement this week to place the seriously mentally ill back in secure accommodation is just another ploy by Blair to cart away anyone who disagrees with him? Jeremy Paxman found out that the answer is yes.
It is, of course, a lot easier not to be blown around when you have squads of ambitious lobby fodder to do your bidding instead of being at the mercy of the obsessed or the slightly loony.
They know that care in the community is bad, but they won't put any more money into new residential homes. Never mind, though, they do have a plan. What they're going to do is make better use of our country's existing resources. So, for example, Charing Cross Road will now be renamed Charing Cross Ward. Bristol City Centre will now be known as Avon Psychiatric Hospital. And there'll be the Metro Asylum in Gateshead. You know, there'll be a bunch of nurses at one end, a big lady with a tea trolley working her way down from shop to shop, that sort of thing.
Actually, Harriet Harman has announced a scheme to take away benefits from the mentally ill to give them an incentive to be sane. It's called the disturbance test. It's true, it's coming out next week. Yeah. Now, if you fall below that level, then you'll just be reclassified as a street entertainer and expected to go looking for work. And there will be tax breaks for the sane.
It's a classic Labour big idea, this mental health initiative. It looks good, it feels good, it has absolutely no money behind it. So, where do all these nonsense policies come from? Well, they're all spewed out of this. It's the Labour all mouth and no trousers.
This is coming home with me tonight.
Bill Clinton, eat your half out.
Fantastic, isn't that exciting? OK, let's ask the mouth to pleasure us with its big tongue. Oh. OK, what have we done?
Calm yourself.
It's got excited.
It's gone limp.
My God.
Yeah, all right, don't steal the show, all right?
Well, this is some red tape that I've got of the big tongue, and this is implying the radical revitalisation of the NHS, slashing waiting lists and pumping in resources. That's what they promised. The truth is, this week, the Commission for Health Improvement appointed a committee to come up with a consultation document to look at the possibility of hospital league tables in a pilot area. All full mouth, no trousers at all.
There we are. Okay, let me put my hand down the Labour throat and see what it chunders this time. Oh, there's something horrible. Oh, God, it stinks. Oh, what's this? We all remember what Blair said. Education, education, and education. Well, this week David Blunkett announced that the answer to the entire problem is the 3 R's. Revamp crumbling school buildings, reward teachers to give them what they deserve, and we've run out of money for the first 2. Mouth 9, trousers 0.
Right, up on the heels of a young boy coming out of a big job, it's Labour's hard-hitting drugs policy. Now, one of the first things they did, Labour, when they got in, was they appointed a drug czar. Absolutely true. Sounds like the most powerful man in Britain. Sadly, he's got a budget with a street value of £15. Now, this is enough to bring out 1 copy of this embarrassing anti-drugs rap record featuring Pat Kane, who used to be in Hue and Cry, Sonia and Sue Pollard. Lips 10, hips 0.
OK, let's see what Labour can puke up now. Oh, God, it's fox hunting. Now, they promised that for the first time in parliamentary history, the banning of fox hunting would be debated at length in the commercial break between Heartbeat and the Sunday evening episode of Coronation Street. La bouche 10, la touche, nul point.
What's coming out of the gob next? It's a bomb. This is weird, I tell you. Now, this was stuck to my car by an IRA man last week because of a sketch we did. Now, it's the risks, it's satire. Now,
It's a dangerous business.
Come on, Jerry Adams. I'm joking. I'm really sorry. Sorry. Excuse me a moment. I'm so sorry. Now, Labour promised a fundamental defence review, and here is that review of defence. This is what's happened. They come up with this. Unmissable, Defence Secretary George Robertson. A big budget extravaganza, love the action sequences, Gordon Brown. And I like the guns, Barry Norman. Gob 10, knob 0.
With the ceasefire in Northern Ireland in trouble, Tony Blair called Sinn Féin back into Downing Street for talks. This is part of his new strategy for everything, which is to call any problem into Downing Street for talks. So, as Saddam Hussein starts to cause trouble, Blair's strategy for everything led to these scenes of the Iraqi despot going into number 10 for talks. And when he was inside, Blair asked him to head a task force looking into the causes of Gulf War syndrome. Blair's applied this strategy for everything to his solution to the Ulster question, which is to invite everyone into Ireland for talks. He's called his plan the Council of the Isles, because not only does it give responsibility to the Stormont building in Ulster, but it also gives it to the Isles of Scotland, Wales, the Isle of Man, the Seychelles, the Galapagos Islands, Liam Neeson, those people who hang around in pubs in New York saying their grandmother was Irish and they'd love to go, and Mel Gibson, who made Braveheart, which was about Scotland, but a lot of it was filmed in Ireland. Now, the second phase of the Blair plan is to accommodate those still left out. So the Ulster Assembly will devolve executive decisions to its upper chamber, the Council of Convicted Armed Terrorists, which will meet in the Maze Prison snooker room. There's John Mad Dog Adair there, former leader of the Ulster Freedom Fighters. He'll be in charge of health and pensions. There's Michael Stone, who opened fire on a crowd at a funeral. He'll have overall responsibility for tourism and the arts. And finally, Patrick Wilson from the IRA, who, as you can see, is the minister without portfolio.
Tony Blair's come under a lot of flack lately, I mean, from us, you know. Got to earn a living somehow. But the thing is, we can't understand, we mortals, we can't understand what it's like. We can't see things as he sees them, if only we could. Well, now we can, thanks to these glasses. Now, they enable us to see the world through Tony Blair's eyes. I'll show you what I mean. For example, let's have a look at that on-the-record interview with John Humphreys a couple of weeks ago.
Now, and what that letter says...
There he is.
When a decision...
Giving Tony a rough ride.
...questions about
He's a real difficult political animal, that John Humphreys. But let's see what John Humphreys looks like through Tony Blair's eyes, shall we? There we are. He's a tiny, naughty boy doing raspberries. No problem, says Tony. And it's the same with the newspapers, OK? Take this one, right? Blair accused of selling off our schools. Oh, dear. Let's put the glasses on. Oh, Blair accused of being so good it hurts. Let's see the rest of the papers, Cherie. What about this one? So you've been whinging that Blair isn't radical. Will you back him when he hits your wallet? Let's have a look at it again with the glasses. Fan-Tony-tastic. No problems, and these are available in all good constituency offices now.
Now, Blair has just gone on a round Britain welfare roadshow to get away from the tedious day-to-day grind of lunches with Mick Hucknall, the new pop Caligula. But what sort of country will L. Ron Tony see on his travels? Well, we sent out our cameras to a solid new Labour constituency to find out just how much Britain has been transformed in the last 9 months.
Early morning in Southport North.
My name's Jeff Anderson. I'm the MP for this area. And I tend to get people up around 6:20 a.m. We have our surgery here every fortnight, and it's always great fun. Well, thank you very much, and goodbye. Oh, right. So, what can I do for you?
Well, we haven't really got a problem. My husband and I think you're all doing such magnificent work here. We'd like to give you something as a thank you. So, we wondered if you'd accept our daughter.
Oh, that's lovely.
She is a virgin.
Both of you. If you'd like to go and stand over there for now.
And it's the young to which Blair's lips really speak.
I live with my dad and my nan, who has to cover her face because she's old.
Oh, that's nice, Sophie. Yeah, well, I'm going to go upstairs and do my homework now, OK, you daft old crusty?
Every year, me and my mates go down to London to shout at the Queen Mum on her birthday because she's got even older.
Many young girls like these want to grow up to be one of the new Blair wives, so that they can be bathed in his leader fluid. It's now a popular custom all over New Britain to stop work 3 times a day and bow towards Greenwich.
I deal a lot with the persistent unemployed, who are the most difficult to cope with, but ways can be found to help get them off the register. Well, you haven't managed to find work, and you have no qualifications to suit any of the jobs on offer here. So we've arranged for you to go over into that corner and push a knife into your heart. These are then your forms, and there's the knife. So it's over to you, really.
The election may be over, but the eternal doorstep campaign goes on.
Could we come in for a moment and discuss our leaflet? I am the manifesto. Come with me.
There are unfortunate circumstances that occur, yes, when we do find persistent Tory voters within the community. What we do here, for the sake of them and their families and our families, is ensure that they are removed, they can take most of their belongings with them, and they're sent to start a new life in an internment camp, which is formerly known as Buckinghamshire.
On now to Boogie Nights, the film about the American porn industry, which is big this week. Although in America, there is something which is even more popular. It's this video, Bill Clinton's Boogie Evidence. We are with Hail to the Chief just above his private parts there. All his evidence that he gave in the courtroom this week is meant to be confidential, but you can buy it now, now that his penis has been in the public domain.
Now, if, like me, you think Bill Clinton's penis is innocent, then please buy one of these ribbons. And all proceeds from these ribbons go to hush money for thousands of women in Arkansas and Washington. Of course, if his penis is found guilty, then I suppose constitutionally Al Gore's penis takes over.
I suppose so. But actually, I hope for Clinton's sake that he does get off, because in
Get off with who?
No, but I do hope he gets off in the state of... Because in the state of Arkansas, a condemned penis can still receive the death penalty, which means it would be sent here, to the electric pants. Basically, if the offending member is found guilty of third degree being taken out and waved in front of a lady, it will be placed on this wooden bench, restrained with these leather straps, then this metal cap will be put into position. Use your imagination. Use your imagination.
I think you're enjoying that a bit too much.
I am. I'm taking this home tonight, I tell you. Plug it into a car battery.
In. What are you talking about?
Did you get that?
You promised. But basically, what will happen if the penis is found guilty? This metal cap, will be placed into position, and then 50,000 volts will course through the little chap of the President of the United States of America.
I don't understand. You'll have to demonstrate. I don't understand. The thing is, there's so much scandal in the papers. There's Bent Willies, teenage dope heads, ginger sex, Peter Powell's sordid one-man love nest. We love it, but we keep making these new rules to suppress it. The Press Complaints Commission, the libel laws, the privacy bill. Every day now, the poor old sharks of the press, they have to walk a terrifying tightrope between being guilty of libel or as dull as the Bible. And we're going to watch two of them here tonight doing just that as we play Scandal in the Wind. Hey! Hello, yes, we're joined tonight by Eve Pollard, she's the lady, former editor of the Sunday Mirror and Sunday Express, which are tabloid papers, and by Paul Routledge, he's the gentleman, political correspondent of The Independent on Sunday, which is a quality paper that's like a tabloid, only bigger.
Now, Paul, of course, is Mr. News this week because he is the author of the biography of Gordon Brown. There goes Gordon Brown in her own words. Now, of course, this book stirred up all the rumours this week, didn't it, Paul, about Gordon Brown resenting Tony Blair and just being very annoyed that he's not the Prime Minister. Can I just ask you, why Gordon Brown for a biography? Why not somebody more exciting like Limahl?
Now, Gordon Brown maintains that he didn't consult you during the writing of that book. So, how many times did you not consult him?
Well, we had 4 interviews that didn't take place. Right. And, we had a long drive to Heathrow Airport, which never happened, of course.
Yeah, in a static car.
And I never met his elder brother, John, nor his younger brother, Andrew.
Can I just interrupt and ask, do they hate each other, Brown and Blair? Do they hate each other?
Not as much as they perhaps ought to.
Oh!
He stole the crown, you know. He always said, no, I won't go for it, and they...
Did he say it like that? No, I won't go for it. Eve, hello. Any biographies in the pipeline?
No, I wrote a biography once of Jackie Kennedy.
Oh, right, Jackie Kennedy, you see? We know. Jackie Kennedy, interesting. What we're going to do here on Scandal in the Wind is to sell your newspaper by building the most circulation-pumping headline for tomorrow's edition without going bust and becoming unpublishable.
That's right. So we've got 2 lines of cards here for you to choose from to build a headline. Now, obviously, if you say higher, you'll get a more exciting line to build your headline, which will have exciting, saucy words like hot, romp and Samantha Janus. But you do risk being landed with a court action. Going lower will give you a safer headline like Indonesia or the equity voiceover strike has reached its 3rd week, which is very, very, very dull. But watch out, you might lose readers.
Oh, my... Titanic.
Paul, for The Independent on Sunday, let's see who you've got. Oh, my goodness, it's Gordon Brown.
Hey, surprise.
What a surprise. Now, you've got this man in a lot of trouble this week, so you better be careful. But it's up to you, higher or lower?
Let's have some more trouble. Let's go for the top.
You want some more trouble? OK, yes. Higher.
Most trouble the Independent's ever been.
Fancies. Oh, yeah. Come on. What do you want, higher or lower? Higher.
Higher. Let's keep going.
Keep higher. Fancies. Blair.
Now, I'll have to blow you out on that, but what I will do is allow you a joker. These two inverted commas, which you can place around any one word to save your egg.
It's obviously going to be round fancies.
Round fancies, OK? Gordon Brown, fancies. That's allowable. Classic independent ploy there. Blame someone else, put it in inverted commas. Right. But the judges are smiling, so you can carry on.
I think I'll go lower. I'll just play safe.
Oh.
I think I'll play safe.
It's not like
It's the independent. It's the independent. Fancy's Blair job.
I've fallen asleep, you see, it was so dull. Gordon Brown, so that's basically, that's your book in a...
Does Gordon Brown get fed up with people going up to him and going, Gordon Brown tasted like something?
They wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare.
Come on, everyone's come up with that joke. OK, Eve, let's start tomorrow's headline number 2, and it starts with Jeffrey Boycott. There we are. Accused in France of hitting his wife 20 times, even though it took him 8 hours. Higher or low?
Higher.
Higher. Why not? Tossed.
Should she go higher or lower?
No, I'm going to go down.
No. She said she wants to go
I used to have an office like you.
Tossed a ticket.
We'll have to go higher now and hope
it's a shame because you could have had Frank Bruno. You could have had Jeffrey Boycott tossed Frank Bruno. Into women's face.
It's a bit of a sort of scraping the barrel after the big story, but...
Now, let's see who your headline is about. It is Richard Gere. It's already libelous.
Yeah, I'm going to blow that.
So, what are you going to go for? But, you know,
Let's start with the top.
Let's start with the top. OK. Richard Gere pushed my hamster.
Obviously.
OK, you're going to stay higher?
No. Yes.
It's going to stay higher.
It's going to get better.
Brilliant. It's going to get better. Up!
Yes!
Hey! Yeah. What are you going to do?
The bravest thing
there's
in
only one thing.
done.
I don't think anybody here would let me do anything other than go straight for the top.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Paul Routledge. Up Thatcher's mouth.
Out.
You are blown out, but our respect for every independent journalist has soared. That's all. Eve has come out the winner. We have to lose you. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a round of applause for Paul Routledge.
Hey, thank you.
OK, Eve, now, you're through to our final round. It's a round called The Writ Hits the Fan. I'm going to read you a series of headlines against the clock, and all you have to do is add not more than 5 words in little writing, which means you can sell the edition without being sued, despite the headline. So, for example, if I say, Harmon's arse too big, you could add the words court heard. Let's go. Fartin McGuinness, Sinn Féin deputy in talks guff gaff.
Too much gas in the...
Alleged loyalist, I'll give you that. Branson robs graves. Oh, just sue him.
And gives money to poor.
Sue him, he'll lose. Clinton guilty of all crimes ever. That's true.
Says Paula.
Says his wife. Danny Ashdown, Lib Dem leader, gives drugs to secret son.
To give back to police.
Oh, very good, yes. Hold the applause, we're up against the clock. Rupert Allison is a conniving shit. I just wanted to say that, you can do that. Anthea Turner, I'll shag anything in public.
Is a lie.
Oh, yeah, fantastic. Ginger Spice's real age is... Oh, that's a shame. We were just going to hear the truth about Ginger Spice. Never mind. Well done, you've scored 4 points. Well done.
Hey, marvellous. 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 Well done, well done. Unfortunately, if you'd scored a few more points, you could have won a holiday for 2 to Switzerland to stalk Princes William and Harry. But you didn't make it quite that far. But you have won this wonderful ceramic paparazzo. There you go. It's in the best possible taste because, as you can see, all the proceeds go to the Surreal Fund.
That's all from us for tonight. We've just got time to show you how Richard Branson, the man, is getting on, trying to go round the world in his balloon. There he is. And there's the BBC balloon coasting past him. In fact, it's actually lapped him. That's all from us. Goodbye. Bye.